Friends, if I tell you that your entire life can change with just one small habit, and that habit starts every morning, would you believe it? The truth is, the most successful people in the world don't win at night. They win in the morning. When others are sleeping, they are working on their dreams, and that is where the difference is created between an ordinary person and an extraordinary one. Imagine if every morning of yours started with purpose. If your morning routine made you mentally strong, focused, and unstoppable, then what level could your life reach? In this video, you will learn powerful morning habits that will multiply your productivity, reprogram your mindset, and put you on a track of success from which turning back will be impossible. You will learn how small morning habits can change your identity, how you can turn laziness into discipline, and how you can start winning every day. But remember, this is not just information. This is the beginning of transformation. So watch this video till the end, because every next moment will take your mindset to a new level. If you truly want to change your life, like this video now, comment "I will change," and subscribe to the English Audiobook channel, because here you don't just get videos, you get the blueprint of a new life. Now, get ready, because your next morning is going to change your entire life. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Mornings. It is 5 a.m. There is a slight chill outside. Silence is everywhere, and in that silence, two kinds of people exist. One is still lost in sleep, and the other is shaping their life. The only difference is that one pressed snooze and the other woke up. And this small decision slowly decides the direction of their entire life. Because the truth is, your day is already decided before your office starts at 9 a.m. In that first hour when your mind is fresh, distractions are low, and the world is still slow, you either win over yourself or lose to your own weaknesses. And this is the moment that top performers take most seriously. Books like The 5 a.m. Club emphasize this again and again, that those who control their morning control their life. Because morning is not just a time, it is a psychological battlefield where your discipline, your willpower, and your future are tested together. Imagine if every morning of yours started without any plan. You pick up your phone, scroll social media, and begin your day with random thoughts. Your brain immediately goes into reactive mode. You don't control the day controls you. But if you start that same morning with purpose, take a few minutes for yourself, visualize your goals, and activate your body, your mind begins to operate on a completely different frequency. That is why leaders like Tim Cook wake up at 4:30 a.m., and people like Elon Musk make their most important decisions in the morning, because they know this is the golden window where clarity is highest. But the biggest question is, if it is so powerful, why doesn't everyone take advantage of it? The answer is uncomfortable, because waking up early is not easy. Your mind convinces you to sleep just 10 more minutes. Your body resists, and slowly this resistance becomes a habit. But the people who break this resistance are the ones who create extraordinary results in their lives. Because they know that discipline does not mean waiting for motivation. It means taking action even when you don't feel like it. And this is the moment where your real identity is built. Every morning when the alarm rings, you have two choices. Either move one step closer to your dreams, or stay stuck in the same place. This decision looks small, but its impact is massive, because success is not one big event. It is the accumulation of small decisions, and morning is the most powerful starting point of those decisions. But this is just the beginning, because the real game is still ahead. In the next step, you will discover that waking up early is not enough. The real secret lies in the routine that can rewire your entire life, and that is about to be revealed. Chapter 2. The Science Behind Morning Habits. Have you ever noticed that some people wake up in the morning without any struggle? Their mind is sharp. Decisions are clear, while some people feel confused, tired, and unfocused in the same morning. Is it just a matter of discipline, or is there a deeper science behind it? The truth is, your morning is not driven only by willpower. It is controlled by a powerful combination of your brain wiring, your body clock, and your hormones. And the people who understand this science literally hack their day. Because in the morning, your brain is in a special state called the alpha state. In this state, your mind is most creative, most receptive, and most programmable. This is the time when you can easily shape your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. But most people waste this golden window by picking up their phone, checking notifications, and filling their mind with external noise. And this is where they silently lose their energy for the entire day. High performers protect this time because they know it is their unfair advantage. In Atomic Habits, it is explained that habits are not just actions, they reshape your brain's neural pathways. When you follow a specific routine every morning, your brain makes it automatic, and slowly you no longer struggle for discipline. It becomes your identity. Imagine if your brain itself pushes you to wake up early. If focus and clarity become your default, then what level could your productivity reach? That is why leaders like Jeff Bezos highly protect their mornings. They know these hours should be reserved for their most important decisions, because at this time, decision fatigue is lowest and clarity is at its peak. But here is the twist. Just waking up early or following a routine is not enough. If you start your day with the wrong things, like stress, negativity, or distraction, those same things get amplified throughout the day. Because whatever input your brain takes in the morning becomes the baseline for your entire day. So if you don't design your mornings properly, you unknowingly sabotage your entire day. And this is the hidden trap most people fall into. They work hard, but not in the right direction. The result? Frustration, confusion, and slow progress. But those who understand this science and intentionally design their mornings operate at a completely different level. For them, success is not a struggle, but a predictable outcome, because they have trained their brain, automated their habits, and turned their mornings into a powerful system. Now, the biggest question is, if the science is so clear, how will you apply it in your life? Because knowledge becomes power only when it turns to action. And that action is revealed in the next stage, where small morning wins will change your entire identity. This is where real transformation begins. Chapter 3. The 1% Rule. Imagine this. Every morning you take just one small step, so small that even you feel it won't make a difference. But when that small step is repeated every day, it changes the direction of your entire life. It sounds simple, almost insignificant, but that is where the real power is hidden. Because life never changes with one big decision, it changes with the small decisions that we often ignore. And morning is the moment where these small decisions become most powerful, because your mind is fresh, distractions are low, and your willpower is at its peak. This is the time where you can become 1% better or 1% worse, and this 1% slowly compounds to form your identity. In Atomic Habits, a powerful idea is shared. If you improve just 1% every day, you can become 37 times better in 1 year, and if you become 1% worse every day, you slowly move closer to zero. The difference is that this change is not visible immediately. It builds silently and one day suddenly explodes. That is why some people look like overnight success, but in reality, they have been collecting small wins in their mornings for years. Imagine you wake up in the morning and spend just 5 minutes thinking about your goals, 10 minutes activating your body, and 15 minutes learning something new. This is not an extraordinary routine, but these small wins send a signal to your brain: I am in control. And slowly, this control turns into confidence. Confidence turns into action, and action turns into results. But what is the biggest trap here? Consistency. Because small habits feel boring, they don't have excitement, there's no instant reward. And this is where most people give up. They think that until they see big results, motivation will not come. But the truth is the opposite. Motivation does not come from results, motivation comes from consistency. And consistency is built from small wins. Every morning when you complete a small promise you made to yourself, no matter how small, your brain builds trust, and this trust changes your self-image. You start seeing yourself as a disciplined, focused, and powerful person, and that becomes your reality. But if every morning you break your own promises, press snooze, and get lost in distractions, your brain also gets a message: I can't trust myself. And this belief makes you weak from the inside. So this 1% rule is not just about habits, it is about your self-respect. It is about your identity. Every morning is a chance to prove yourself, to upgrade yourself. But this game demands patience. It demands leaving instant gratification. And this is where real people separate themselves, because they understand that success is not loud. Success is silent. It builds quietly every morning, and one day it becomes so powerful that the world cannot ignore it. But now the question is, if small wins are so powerful, how do the most successful people structure their mornings exactly? What do they do that makes them different? Because the pattern is the same, but execution creates the real difference. And now that secret is about to be revealed, where a morning routine becomes not just a habit, but a high-performance ritual. Chapter 4: Morning Routine of High Performers. The truth is a little uncomfortable, but powerful. The most successful people in the world are not more talented than us. They also have the same 24 hours in a day. The only difference is how they use their first 2 hours, and these 2 hours make their entire life different. Imagine a routine that slowly lifts you from average to the elite category. No magic, no shortcut, just a structured morning that activates your mind, body, and focus together. This is the hidden system high performers follow. It is so simple that anyone can do it, but so disciplined that not everyone does it. The first rule of the morning is silence, because when the world is quiet, your mind is the most clear. Oprah Winfrey starts her morning with meditation so her mind stays centered and calm. Because if your mind becomes scattered in the morning, the entire day passes in that chaos. Then comes movement, because without activating the body, the mind cannot perform at its peak. Tony Robbins does intense physical activity every morning because he knows energy is not created, it has to be generated, and this generation starts in the morning. But the real game begins when they work on their goals, away from distractions with pure focus. This is the moment where ideas are born, decisions are made, and the future is shaped. People like Elon Musk reserve their morning time for deep work because they know these are the hours when their brain is most powerful. But notice one thing: they don't follow random routines. Every step is intentional. Every action has a purpose. They don't pick up their phone immediately after waking up because they know that if the day starts with someone else's agenda, their own agenda will be left behind. They invest in themselves first and then deal with the world, and this mindset is what makes them different. But this raises a question. Do you also have to follow exactly the same routine? Wake up at 4 a.m., do intense workouts, meditate for hours? The answer is no. Because success is not in a specific routine. Success is in the intention with which you design your morning. High performers are not there to be copied. They are there to inspire. The real goal is not to become like them. The real goal is to become your best version. But one thing is common. Whether it is Jeff Bezos or anyone else, they do not take their mornings casually. They know that if they win the morning, they win the day. And if they lose the morning, the entire day can turn into a struggle. That is why they protect their mornings like a treasure, because this is the time when their future is quietly being built. But there is also a hidden danger here. If you start copying routines without understanding your own reality, you will burn out quickly. And then comes the same frustration, the same doubt, that this is not for me. That is why now there is a need for a smart shift, an approach that helps you build your own powerful morning system instead of following someone else's routine. And this is the moment where real transformation begins. Because now you will not just stay inspired, now you will take action, but that action will be in the right direction. And in the next step, this direction will become completely clear, where you will design your perfect morning routine with your own rules, according to your own life. And from here, the game will completely change. Chapter 5. Break bad habits, build powerful mornings. Listen to a bitter truth. Your morning is not bad. Your habits are bad. And until these habits change, your life will not change. Because whatever you repeat every morning slowly becomes your identity. And the most dangerous thing is that most bad habits appear to us as comfort. Sleeping late, scrolling your phone immediately after waking up, saying, "Not today, I'll start tomorrow." All this feels harmless, but these small patterns together suppress your full potential. Imagine you make a promise to yourself every morning, "I will wake up early tomorrow." But when the alarm rings, your hand automatically goes to snooze. In that moment, you are not just choosing 5 more minutes of sleep, you are delaying your future. And this cycle keeps repeating, days, weeks, months, and one day you realize that nothing has changed because you did not change your actions. But now the game is about to change, because the way to break habits is not willpower, it is systems. And this system is so simple that if you apply it, your mornings will automatically become powerful. First, you need to identify your current habits, because what is not visible cannot be changed. Ask yourself honestly, what does your first 30 minutes of the morning look like? Are you in control or are you a slave to distractions? Awareness is the first step. After that comes replacement, because habits cannot be eliminated, they are replaced. If you pick up your phone immediately after waking up, don't try to quit it completely. Just replace it with a small positive action, like 2 minutes of deep breathing or 5 minutes of journaling. Your brain will slowly start accepting this new pattern, and that is the beginning of change. Atomic Habits also emphasizes this principle, that small changes create massive transformation. But the most critical step here is environment design, because your environment triggers your habits. If your phone is near you, you will use it. If your alarm is far away, you will have to get up. These small changes control your behavior and build discipline without struggle. Imagine you prepare your next morning the night before. Clothes ready, water nearby, phone away, a clear plan. Then, in the morning, you don't even need to make decisions, and this removes decision fatigue. But there is also a psychological trick that should not be ignored: reward. Because your brain does not follow any habit long-term without a reward. So after every small win, it is important to appreciate yourself. This appreciation signals your brain that this is right and it wants to repeat that pattern. Slowly, these habits become automatic, and you don't need to force yourself. But the biggest challenge is still consistency. In the beginning, there's excitement, motivation is high, but after a few days, the same old laziness starts coming back. And this is where most people give up. They think maybe this is not for them. But the truth is, this struggle happens to everyone. The only difference is that some people stop and some keep moving forward. because they know that real change takes time and patience becomes their greatest strength. Every morning is a new battle with yourself, with your old habits, but every time you win, no matter how small, you are building a new identity inside you, an identity that is disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. But one piece is still missing, a shift that will completely change your thinking. Because habits are not just actions, they are a reflection of your mindset. And until your mindset changes, your habits will not last. And this is the next level where real transformation happens, where your brain stops working against you and starts working with you. And that is what will be revealed in the next stage, where your morning will not just be a routine, but a powerful mindset ritual. Chapter 6: The Mindset Shift. Imagine this. You wake up every morning, follow your routine, and improve your habits. But still, somewhere inside, a voice says, "Can I really change?" This is the silent doubt that is the most dangerous. Because habits are built on the outside, but mindset is built or broken on the inside. And until your mindset is aligned, no routine will last long term. The truth is, the real battle is not with the alarm clock. The real battle is with your own mind. Because your brain always wants to keep you in a safe zone. It pushes you to do what you have always done. And when you try something new, like waking up early or building discipline, that same brain creates resistance. It gives you excuses. Don't do it today. You're tired. Start tomorrow. And if you don't learn to recognize this voice, you will lose every time. But the moment you understand that this resistance is not your enemy, but a natural response, the game starts to change. Because now you don't react, you consciously choose. And that is the mindset shift. Imagine every morning when the alarm rings, you ask yourself one simple question: who do I want to become today? This question triggers your identity, and identity controls actions. In mindset, there is a powerful concept called the growth mindset, where you believe that you can change, improve, and push your limits. And once this belief settles inside you, your mornings are no longer just routines, they become tools of self-transformation. But there is another layer: visualization. Because your brain cannot clearly differentiate between imagination and reality. If you spend a few minutes every morning clearly imagining your goals and feeling your future life, your brain starts accepting it as real. And then it begins to take actions in that direction. That is why top athletes and performers include visualization in their routine, because they know success is first created in the mind and then in reality. But mindset shift is not just about positive thinking, it is also about brutal honesty. Recognizing your excuses, understanding your patterns, and deciding to break them. Because until you are honest with yourself, any change will remain superficial. And this is the point where most people deceive themselves. They think they are trying, but inside they are repeating the same old patterns. That is why every morning you must commit to yourself that no matter what happens, you will not compromise on your standards. Because standards define your identity, and identity shapes your destiny. But there is a twist. Mindset is not fixed after one change. It has to be reinforced every day. It has to be trained daily. Just like you train a muscle, you have to train your mind. And morning is the perfect gym where you can shape your thoughts, strengthen your beliefs, and design your future. But now the final question stands. If both mindset and habits are aligned, how will you design your perfect morning routine? A system that perfectly fits your life, your goals, and your personality. Because this is the final piece that connects everything. And that is what will be revealed in the next stage, where your mornings will not just be powerful, but unstoppable. Chapter 7: Design your perfect morning routine. Imagine a morning 1 year from now. You wake up without an alarm. Your mind is clear, your body is energized, and most importantly, you trust yourself. Because now you have become the person who keeps the promises made to yourself every morning. But this future will not build itself. You have to design it, consciously, deliberately. Because if you don't design your morning, the world will design it for you, and then you will become what circumstances make you. So now it is time to take control, to become the architect of your mornings. Imagine what your perfect morning looks like. Is it calm and focused, or high energy and action-packed? There is no one right answer, because your life is unique, your goals are unique, and your morning routine should be unique too. But one thing is common: clarity. If you don't know what you want, you will never achieve it. So the first step is to decide the purpose of your morning. Do you want to improve your health, sharpen your mind, or work deeply on your goals? Because purpose gives direction, and direction creates results. But here is a mistake most people make. In trying to build a perfect routine, they create a complex one: 10 habits, 15 tasks, and within a few days, burnout, frustration, and a return to old patterns. So remember, simplicity is power. Create a routine that is sustainable, that naturally fits your lifestyle, because consistency is more powerful than perfection. Imagine your morning starting with just 3 things: mind, body, and focus. A few minutes of silence or meditation, some physical movement, and then working on your most important goal. That's it. Simple but powerful enough to slowly transform your entire life. The Miracle Morning also emphasizes this idea that when you intentionally design your mornings, your life automatically starts upgrading. But along with designing your routine, one more thing is important: flexibility. Because life is unpredictable. Every day will not be the same, and if you are too rigid, even a small disruption can break your entire routine. So make your system adaptable so you can stay consistent no matter the situation. But the most powerful shift is this: see your routine not as a task, but as an identity. It is not just what I do, it is who I am. When you start seeing yourself as a disciplined, focused, and unstoppable person, your actions automatically align in that direction. And slowly, your mornings become effortless. No struggle, no force, just flow. And that is the state where success becomes natural. But remember, this journey never ends. Every morning is a new chance to upgrade yourself, to prove yourself, and to break your limits. The question is not whether your morning routine is perfect or not. The question is, are you becoming a little better every day? Because in the end, your mornings create your life. And now the decision is in your hands. How will you start your next morning? Because that one decision will write your entire story. And remember, no advice, no video, no book can change your life until you start taking action. And the day you stop holding yourself back, that is the day your life truly begins to change.